journeys that, like, in the beginning, it was like French. It's always been brotherhood, but then there's, just that camaraderie for music and, that love for the same type of. My love for him just to see him succeed, because hey, you meet someone like that and you're like, how the hell is this happening? How can that fat bastard have so much control over him? And it's a new year. We're really not going to talk about that, man. But that's really what happened. So,
right.
it's unfortunate, but that brings us here, and that's why it's going to be more special because of all the.
I mean, we know the story behind it, but if you want to let people know, like how you guys first met each other.
Oh,
and stuff
okay.
Like that.
Hey. So I was part of it. I'm not even Albanian, all right? I grew up like you guys did, but I was part of like an Albanian crew out in New York, and I'm originally from New Jersey, like a suburban city-ish town, Dover. I was born in Dover, but lived all over. Lived in all different types of atmospheres. Suburban homes in the basement of families' houses, to apartments, poverty, to wherever we could live. So let me get back to I get sidetracked, but that's my connection to New York is hip hop and drugs, because that's how I used to get down back then. And I used to go to Spanish Harlem, I used to go wherever to go link up and get a lick, So at a very early age, a lot earlier than I should have. How about that? So I linked up with the Albanians. They, I don't want to tell too much specific things, but we had card games, put it like that. But that's not where I met Cuban, but that's one of the things that we used to have in common. And a guy named Tony Pizza. I had a friend named Eddie, who's an Albanian, that had a cousin named Tony Pizza, which was real close with, which he's in some of his videos. I think one of the videos was, what the heck was that name in that song? I'll think of it in a minute. It's a dope track too. I don't even know if you guys ever seen it. Watch the video, because it's one of the oldies. Before it was like mixtape material, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I have an artist named Price who's an R&B singer, and I wanted him to get heard. And I was dabbling with music. Like I said, where do I fit in at? Get in where you fit in. Like in hip hop. I thought just being a hustler and a money guy was good enough, and you can have a bunch of fun, and that's all you need to do. There's a lot more to it than that. Way more to that. So Tony Pizza pulls up to my boy's restaurant on West 35th Street between 7th and 8th at his restaurant called Crudos. He pulls up with this Jeep Cherokee right on the sidewalk. My girl, Erin, she's passed away, God rest her soul. My sister, Gabriella, were sitting in each other's laps, all dolled up. And they get, I'm real skeptical at the, about the situation at the time. Because, it's street cat, I don't know, what's about to pop off. But back then, that's what my life was like. So, Cuban gets out the car, I read it. I was like, oh, okay, that's Cuban Link. And then Tony Pizza gets out. Yo, Cuban Link here. He pulled up on the sidewalk, drove up by the tables. I don't know if you can imagine that in New York City. Like, there's a road right here, and then there's a sidewalk. Yeah. And Cuban Link got all mad at him and be like, oh, you didn't have to do all that. That's crazy. Yeah, but he's like, Cuban Link's in the house. I was like, so, Cuban said, seen the two pretty ladies there. He goes, who is this? I said, that's wifey, and that's my sister. Okay, that's family, off limits. That was our first talk. We went into the Albanian spot, did some shots of Henny, of course, and so it gets crazy. It always has to have a crazy story. So there's no Henny left. We literally drank all the Henny at this place, my buddy's restaurant. Yeah. And we leave there with a bottle of Remy. He comes running out. I said, what else do you got? He runs out and brings it to us as we're leaving. And so it's me, my sister, Price, my girl, Cuban, and Tony Pizza. We get in his Jeep, and he's going to take us to a spot, an after-party spot. So Bongo Bruno, which I posted a picture of him, he was the bongo player at that time for the Today Show. And he also was a bongo player for Sean Wyclefs. So, He played at my girl's birthday, 28th birthday party. He played the bongos at her birthday, and we had a belly dancer that I hired from because my girl like girl type shit. So so you got her a belly dancer, and there's pictures of that on Facebook. On my actual regular page.
Right.
So I don't know why he got sidetracked. So just remembering things. So we're all leaving, and the glass hatch of the back. Bongo Bruno wants to come with us so bad. Now this guy got money. He's industry. He jumps in through the back because he knows we about to have a good time. Jumps in through the hatch, and he's in the trunk of the Jeep as he's pulling off. Jump in. We're up there, and I'm listening to a Cuban new mixtape that he's about to release, the Chain Gang mixtape, I believe. Okay. It's a blue and red one with him on the front, standing on the front, like kind of cartoonish. But with him,
yeah.
Actually, I think he sold 20,000 of those. That was a lot back then. Yeah. Online. So we're listening to music, fire. But I'm more watching my sis, because I got two pretty girls with me. I'm protective over my sister, and I'm protective over my girl, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I'm still, a little suspect over the situation, you know what I mean? So it's even more suspect, but it's crazy. We end up in Queens. We're knocking on a door. It looked like a crack house or something. One of those little open the door type thing, like this.
Okay, yeah. So like, what's the password? What's the password? Oh,
that's everything. Yeah. So you knock it. We go in. I don't know. I was so drunk. I can't believe it. It was like it was a blur for a long time, but it's like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. We go in there. He opens the door. It's like black and white tile, a black piano, a big table, a bar. It was crazy, like something out of a movie. And we're sitting at the table. I look over and I'm like watching my boy Price play the piano. I'm like, I didn't know you played the piano. He goes, I don't. And I'm like, what is happening? He's playing the piano, and he says he don't. And he starts singing. I'm like, this is crazy. We're sitting at the table eating freaking steak at 5 o'clock in the morning and serve steak.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah. The good life.
Yeah, so we then finally leave. Everybody's drunk out of their mind.
Yeah.
We get back to where I lived off of Fifth Avenue, right next to the Empire State Building.
Okay.
So we're heading back there. Everybody was like, I want to come up to the crib. I'm secretly fighting with my wifey, you know what I mean? I'm like, nah, but he's coming up here. Fuck you. No, he coming up to our spot.
Yeah.
So, that was the first night I hung out with you.
That's what's up, man.